You think you'd survive 100,000 years ago? I doubt you'd last 1 hour. Picture it. You're standing in tall grass 100,000 years ago, and the light is dying. Something moves behind you. You turn, and 2 yellow eyes are already locked on yours. A cave lion, twice the size of anything alive today, 700 pounds of muscle and teeth. You have no gun, no knife, not even a sharpened stick. Flat teeth, useless nails. You can't outrun it, outclimb it, or fight it. By every rule of nature, you should be dead. And yet here you are, alive. So how did your ancestors survive a world where almost everything was built to kill them? Start with what was actually hunting us. In Niver in 1924, in South Africa, Raymond Dart pulled a small skull out of a box of rubble. A human ancestor, maybe 3 years old. Punched through its eye sockets were 2 neat holes, the calling card of a predator that had killed and eaten it. That skull isn't a tragedy. It's a receipt. For millions of years, we were not the hunters. We were the hunted. And the things hunting us weren't ordinary animals. They were apex killers with millions of years of evolution aimed at bringing down big game. There was Smilodon, the saber-toothed. 600 pounds, 11-inch fangs, built like a tank, exploding out of the grass to punch through your throat before you turned around. There was Arctodus, the short-faced bear, 12 feet tall on its hind legs, 2,000 pounds, long-legged, and built to run. There were cave hyenas that bit with an estimated 1,100 pounds per square inch. Your jaw manages about 160 hunting in packs of 20 at night when you were nearly blind. Dire wolves in packs of 30. Cave lions bigger than any that stalk the plains today. 10-foot terror birds with beaks that cracked bone. On every continent, the list of things that could kill you was far longer than the list of things you could kill. The food chain had no empty lane reserved for a slow, soft-bodied animal like us. And what did you bring to that fight? Almost nothing. No armor, no shell, no venom, no claws to open a carcass or fend off whatever came for your child. A chimpanzee, our closest cousin, is 3 times stronger than you, has real fangs, and can climb 30 feet in seconds. Chimps still get killed by leopards. We were slower and weaker than a chimp, half blind in exactly the dark the hunters came out in, unable to smell danger coming, and we stood upright, easy to spot from far away. And a newborn was a year-long liability that couldn't cling, couldn't run, and would not stop screaming. By every biological measure, we should have gone extinct inside 100,000 years. But we didn't. They did. Every single predator I just named is gone, and you are still here. So what happened? The first answer was fire. In Wonderwork Cave, South Africa, there's evidence of controlled fire going back 1 million years, burned bone, ash, built hearths. A campfire draws a circle of safety, about 30 feet across, and predators will not step inside it. It's wired into them. Even today, lions in Africa give fire a wide berth. Fire gave us light in a dark we couldn't see through, and warmth our bare skin was never built for. But its biggest gift was time. Before fire, sunset meant hide and freeze until dawn. After fire, you had 3 or 4 extra hours every night to make tools, to plan, to talk. And fire let us cook, and cooked food gave up more calories. And those calories paid for a bigger, hungrier, problem-solving brain. Fire didn't win the war, but it changed the battlefield. Fire alone wasn't enough. The second answer was endurance. We are pathetic sprinters. A saber-tooth hit 30 miles an hour in 3 seconds. You top out near 28 for a moment, and then you're finished. But no predator on Earth can do what we do, run for hours. It's called persistence hunting. You don't chase the animal flat out. You track it at a steady jog, just fast enough to keep it moving. It runs, it stops, it overheats, because unlike you, it can't sweat while it moves, it can't shed heat on the run, so it bolts again and again for 3, 4, 6 hours until it simply drops from heat stroke. Then you walk up calmly and finish it with a rock. We are the only animal alive that can hunt this way, taking our single worst weakness, slowness, and turning it into a weapon. The third answer was pattern recognition. The human brain is a machine for finding patterns, and we aimed it at the whole living world. The depth of a print tells you how heavy the animal was, the spacing, how fast it moved, the crispness of the edge, how long ago. A skilled tracker can read a single footprint and rebuild an animal he never saw: its size, its age, how many minutes ahead it is, a story the animal never knew it was writing. Then we turn that same skill on the things hunting us: saber-tooths near water at dusk, cave lions that won't cross fire, short-faced bears alone and territorial. You didn't have to be faster than a predator. You just had to know where it would be and not be there. We watched, we remembered, and here's the part. No animal can match, we told each other. Every generation began where the last one stopped. But the real weapon, the one that actually saved us, wasn't in our hands at all. It was each other. In Dmanisi, Georgia, there's a skull of a human ancestor, 1.8 million years old, who had lost every tooth years before death. No teeth means you can't chew, can't feed yourself, and this person lived on for years anyway, because someone else chewed their food or cooked it soft. No predator does that. A lion with no teeth dies. A human with no teeth gets taken care of. In Shanidar Cave, Iraq, a Neanderthal lived into his 40s with a withered arm, one blind eye, and crippling arthritis. He couldn't hunt. He couldn't fight. His group kept him alive anyway. And we didn't just keep each other alive, we hunted as one mind. A wolf pack runs on instinct. We ran on language, roles, and a plan. One drives the animal, one waits at the cliff, one cuts off the escape. A predator improvises alone. We could rehearse it, remember it, coordinate it without a sound, and hand the whole system down to our children. That is the thing. No claw, no fang, no amount of muscle could ever answer not one strong human, but a group that thinks together and refuses to leave its weakest behind. And that slowly changed what kind of animal we were. Evolution had handed every predator one gift, speed, or strength, or venom, or night vision. It handed us adaptability. Whatever our bodies lacked, we built. We couldn't fight a saber-tooth up close. So we learned to kill from a distance. Humans are the only animal that can throw hard and straight, an anatomy that appears with Homo erectus 2 million years ago. A chimp can barely lob a rock. You can hit a target at 30 feet, and by 300,000 years ago, we were carving balanced spears to do it for real. We couldn't outbite a hyena, so we surrounded it. We couldn't see in the dark like a lion, so we set the dark on fire. Then, around 50,000 years ago, we spilled out of Africa, and almost everywhere we arrived, the giant predators began to vanish, continent after continent, within a few thousand years of our footprints. Climate played its part, but the pattern is hard to miss. We didn't just survive them. We outlasted them, outthought them, and helped wipe them out. For 2 million years, we were prey hiding in trees, running from shadows, losing children to the dark. And that instinct never switched off. Long before the cats and bears, our oldest predator was smaller and far more ancient. The snake, and that alarm is still wired into you. Show a 7-month-old who has never seen one a picture of a snake, and its brain locks on faster than to any harmless animal before it even knows what fear is. The prey is still in you. You just live in the rare moment it finally won. We didn't survive because we were strong. We survived because we could learn from what killed us and teach the next ones in line. And over 2 million years, that was enough.